What's up everybody, Sad here. I have made just over $80,000 last month building and selling make.com systems. I got an awesome video for you guys. This video is going to be a live build of me building a real life project of a client I actually just onboarded last week. You're going to see me build the entire system live. You're going to see the platforms that I'm going to be using and basically the thought process that I go through whenever I start building these projects for a client. This video is going to be raw. There are going to be no cuts. So even if I make some mistakes, you're going to see me troubleshoot these sort of mistakes just because I want to keep it completely transparent, just so you guys would understand that even operating as an $80,000 a month agency, I still make mistakes. It will also be very, very informative for you guys and also beneficial for everyone in this channel. So if that's something you guys would be interested in, stay tuned. Okay guys, so today what are we building? So essentially what we're doing today is we're going to build an entire sales system from scratch. We're going to build the entire campaign, and I still have no idea what platforms we're going to be using. So let's just go ahead and get started with the project. So what I have here is a Google Doc of the research and responses. And basically how I've managed to get this is because I have an onboarding form. So whenever I onboard a client, basically, I have this onboarding form, right? Which is basically has a bunch of questions that I ask each prospect, such as general business information, company website URL, let's say, for example, google.com. I have their contact email. Unfortunately, I have to do this. The name of the person who will be handling all the email responses, for example. And I also have, like a bunch of questions that I ask them, such as your offer and target audience. And whenever they basically fill these forms, it turns into a beautifully formatted, structured Google Doc where I can just go ahead and basically just copy and paste the entire responses and use them in my research whenever I'm building these campaigns and these sort of sales systems. So I would highly encourage you guys have this as in your onboarding flow whenever you're onboarding a new client, and make sure you ask as many questions that you think is going to help you when you are building these sort of systems in terms of like their offer, their target audience. Like I have a bunch of information here, like explain your offer. So I remove the entire friction on my end. So I don't have to ask them each time, hey, can you remind me of what we talked about on our kickoff call? So yeah, like I said, always make sure you do this. I have this entire template and I explain this in detail in my community. So let's go over this client's offer and target audience. So this client helps companies that are growing or growing frustrated increase revenue, decrease expenses, maximize efficiency, blah, blah, blah. So long story short, he is a fractional CTO. And if you guys don't know what a fractional CTO, we're just going to Google this. So a fractional CTO is a technology expert who provides leadership as a CTO level for companies that either cannot afford or do not require a full-time CTO. So basically he comes in as a fractional CTO, which means someone who can basically come in as part-time and help them as a CTO. He provides his services. Kind of like instead of a company hiring in-house, he comes in and just helps them, which is pretty weird. It's kind of like the same that we're doing, guys. Like it's that instead of a company hiring for an SDR, we come in as a sales system agency and we provide them with pre-qualified meetings with decision makers. So yeah. So this is exactly what he's doing. We have what sets them apart for you. What sets you apart from the competitors? So this is a question that I have on my onboarding form. So he can act as a CTO, focusing on customer centric, all of this, offering guarantees, biggest pain points of clients, job titles to focus on. So this is basically what I need to build these campaigns for a client, right? Something that we should know about your ICP. They don't have, okay, so this is huge. Something that we should know about your ICP. So they don't have a CTO or a CEO, but need one and don't think they can justify it as a full-time job role. So just think about this. It's probably going to be a drag and drop Google Drive system, or it's going to be an Indeed scrape, a job scraper, some sort of system like this. So I still don't know, but we're just going to go ahead and get started with this. Awesome. So what are we gonna do? So, for example, okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna go to Apify, and I was playing with this earlier because now what are we gonna do, guys? We want to look for companies that don't have or are actually hiring for a CTO, so he can come in and basically fill the gap. So the way we're gonna do this is it's either we're gonna be using this thing right here, the scraper. It's Indeed Job Scraper, or we can go to Store and we can look for LinkedIn Job Scraper. So it's either going to be one of these guys. So I'm still not sure. So let's look for these and then let's just see. So this one has a job title. I don't like when there's a job title that you have to write. I like more like a URL. So let's see. Okay, this requires a session cookie, and this, of course, when it requires a session cookie, you can input the URL just because the URL will have the data in the session cookie. So this is what I'm going to be using. So advanced LinkedIn job scraper. I think I've showed this scraper before in this channel. Maybe. So 100% actually, because we've been building so many live systems, guys. So, all right. So we're not going to use this one. I'm just going to use this. And I'm also going to be using this one. So I've been playing with this, like I said earlier. It's called Indeed Job Scraper. And the data that I pretty much got is pretty interesting. So if I go back here and I see the run, so this is the last run. I just scraped like 15 results. And these are all companies hiring for a CTO. As you guys can see, assistant to CTO, executive assistant to CTO, future CTO, CTO, field CTO. So these are all job roles we could reach, right? And yeah, we can essentially just have something. We can essentially just download this data from here. Okay, so let's just go now and start with the system build, which is going to be in make.com. So we're just going to go to make. And then we're going to start by creating a new scenario. So what do we want in this system? So we want it to be fully automated where someone or this guy, this client can just come in and drag and drop a lead list script from this scraper. And the system is going to basically wait for that Google Sheet, which is going to be a Google Sheets, guys, because the lead list is going to always be a Google Sheets. Because if I go to my run and I click on export, it's going to be a CSV. It's going to be a CSV file, not an Excel. So always make sure it's a CSV. So yeah, we're gonna have to drag and drop that lead list, and it's gonna enrich, do everything, and add to instantly automatically. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my scenarios, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to project fulfillment. This is where I put all my clients' projects. And then I'm going to look for a drive. So it's going to be Google Drive, and it's going to be this file. So file is going to be watch files in a folder, right? Now, the unfortunate thing about this in Make is that it's not an instant in ACID, which means it's not going to run immediately, right? So what we can do is basically just have minutes and lower this to 1 minute. So at regular intervals, so that means the scenario is going to run every minute, right? It's going to check if there's a new file in that folder. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Click OK. We're going to click on Activate Scenario. And the way you do that is you have to save this first. And click on every minute and click on OK. And let's check if I already have like my connection in here. All right. So that's awesome. Click OK. And then what we're going to do is we want to select the folder to be watched. All right. So I'm going to go to my drive, and then I'm going to create a new folder. And it's going to be YouTube build. And then I'm going to click on create. And then what I'm going to do is this is the folder that I want to basically watch. So it's going to be watch folder. If I go back to my scenario, I'm going to look for YouTube. I have to refresh this. YouTube build. So this is the folder that I want. I'm going to leave this at all, and limit, I'm just going to put 1. Click OK. Now, if I click on run once, nothing is going to happen because we haven't dropped anything. Now, if I go in and basically file upload, and then I'm going to upload, let's say, this ND scraper that I just exported earlier. Now, if I go back, click on run once, I'm going to have everything that I need, right? Basically. Now, what I want to do is I want to retrieve this file ID that I have. Where is it? File ID. This is the file ID. Okay. Now, the way I'm going to do is I'm going to look for Sheets, which is Google Sheets. Not Google Plus, Google Sheets. And then it's going to be search rows. I'm going to add this right here. And then I'm going to select the spreadsheet ID, which is going to be the spreadsheet ID that I have right here. And I'm going to just kind of map it. Click file ID. And then the sheet name is going to be this one, name. I believe it's going to be this one. I'm not really sure. Let's go back and see. Open with Google Sheets, maybe. Yeah, this is the one, I believe. So if I rename this and I click Control C, if I go back and let me check. Okay, so it's this one, right? So this is the sheet name, guys. So go back and basically sheet name is going to be name. And then what I'm going to do is limits. I'm just going to put 1 so I can retrieve all that data. Now I have to basically drag and drop the lead list again so I can retrieve it, right? So if I click on run once, nothing is going to happen. Oh, actually it did happen. So yeah, because it's going to check for the last minute. Okay, awesome. So that's pretty good. So now I have everything here as like the entire data that I have. VP, quality, learning, development, all of this. Now, let's see. Let me bolden this up. And then let me make this data a little bit better. The way I do it is I'm going to click on resize rows and click on OK. Awesome. So yeah, let me fix this. Looks like it's not really working that way. Okay, awesome. Now, okay, so now that I have this, I have basically company. I have company info. This is the company names that are looking for a CTO. And scraped at, position name, location. Okay. This is description. Awesome. I need this. And what do I need? I have company info URL. So this is a .gov, so it's a government website. That's pretty interesting. Well, that's actually convenience because he sells to, let's see. Yeah, he sells he works with 10 million to 200 million revenue. So that's pretty good. Like these are enterprise level companies, which exactly what we want. So let me go to make. So I have all of this data right now. So this is the company name. This is long string. This is the about description 8. This is the HTML of it. Just posted Dallas VP learning and development, CTO, and this URL. Okay. Now that I have this, I can retrieve the data. What can I do with it, basically? I have the company name. Now I need the decision maker, first of all. I also need their company URL so I can find the decision maker. And basically, the next thing I'm going to do is basically look for the decision maker. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to look for and make HTTP requests. Make a request. And then let's just copy this company name. Let's look for them. So Latham Care. Let's look for their CEO. So this is the CEO. Okay, let me look for LinkedIn. Lantern. It's called Lantern Care. Is it the website that we need? It's Lantern is this Lantern is the what the fuck? I can't really talk. Lantern is the specialty. Okay, Lantern, connecting people with the best care when they need it. What do they do? Yeah. Okay, so these are the ones that we need. Okay. Awesome. So, let's look for Lantern CTO. And then let's look for LinkedIn CEO. So this is the guy. John Zutter. Okay. Let me remove this. So this is the guy. Awesome. So we've validated that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for CTO using the HTTP request. This is my method that I showed you guys. And instead of doing that, actually I'm gonna leave it this way. I'm gonna click parse response. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for HTML, add this HTML right here, and I'm gonna run this only so I can retrieve that data. Okay, so I have it, status code 200. And then I'm gonna add the data right here. And then instead, I'm just gonna hard code it. And I'm gonna go down, basically. Down, 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 and then copy. And then paste that in here. Okay. And I believe the next thing is going to be feeding this into Claude. Now, I already have this built before, so I'm just going to copy and paste that module, and I'm going to read it in front of you guys, and you guys will see it. So this is the beauty of basically templating everything, as you guys see. It's going to take us like 30 minutes, so maybe like an hour maximum to build these sort of systems. And I can basically take modules and systems that I've built before and basically get me 80% all the way there. This is the leverage that we have, is you can build one system and then sell it for multiple clients for $2, $3, $4, $5,000 all the way to $10,000 depending on the complexity of it. And you just takes you like 1 hour because you already built it so many times, right? So I'm gonna look for SDR, I believe. Yeah, this is the high ticket system. This is one of my internal systems that I've built. In my own company. So I think this is the one. Yeah, extract the domain name. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this entire thing, go back, and then I'm gonna paste that in here. And what I'm gonna do is basically I'm gonna edit this prompt. So instead of HiQ, I'm going to use Sonnet. So extracts the CEO name in text, which is going to be text right here, that matches the company name, which is this right here, company name. And then CEO name will be CEO name. Click on OK. And then the JSON is going to be the text response. And then now, instead of running the scenario from the start, I'm just going to unlink this. And then I'm going to add this right here. So it starts from the HTTP, ignore warnings. And I think I have a problem. Oh, yeah. Because since we've done that, now we don't have access to this data. So that's okay. I already know the name of the company, so it's going to be Lantern Care. The company name, Lantern Care. Click OK, and then just run this. So we are feeding into Claude, and then John Zutter. Awesome. So this is the guy, I believe. Okay, good. Now that I have this, I need to have something else, which is the domain name. Now, if you guys noticed, we have a couple domain names right here. I think it's this one, yeah. So not all the time we're going to have the domain name. So we're going to have to basically try to have a filter where whenever there's a domain name, we're going to go into one route. When there's no domain name, then we're going to have to find this our own way. Okay, so let's just go ahead and go back to our system. And then I'm going to auto align this. And I'm going to take this module right here. And then zoom out and put it right here. Awesome. Now let's work on what's in front of us. So I'm going to add a router. Look for router. I'm going to add it right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add basically two routes. The first one is domain exists. And the condition is going to be, okay, I have to link this first so I can get that data. Okay. And I'm going to link this now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this right here, Lantern Care, company name, and I'm going to map company name. Okay. And then now I'm going to put a condition. Where's the website? So the website is, am I blind? So we don't have the website, right? So we need like data where there's the website. So let me, I actually don't know which one, which is annoying. So domain is going to be domain info. This is G. Okay, so this is a row. So it's going to be G. Hey G. So 0, 1. Okay, let me go back. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be 6, not G. So it's 6. Condition exists. Actually, no. What am I doing? Exists. And then the next condition is going to be 6 does not exist. Click OK. Now, this is the one where it exists. So if it exists, then what are we going to do? We're going to look for an email finder, and it's going to be search for a person's email. And then what we're going to do is going to search for a domain. And the domain is going to be the 6 right here. And the full name is going to be full name of the CEO name. Click OK. The next one is if we don't have the domain name. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to basically, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to copy. And I'm going to add this right here. I'm going to delete this. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have another module. Let's see. Can I get access to this? I don't know. Let me paste that in here. First of all, I want to put a giant warning. This system, whenever you run these sort of systems for your clients or for yourself, whenever you do, it's going to take up some operation, like a fair bit of operations, and also Claude API operations. So just keep that in mind. But when you think about it, like the internal cost of the operations in Make and Claude, like it's significantly lower than the results that you're going to get, right? So if a company actually runs this, like let's say they get a client worth like $20,000, like what is $20,000 for an extra $50 of Make.com operation? Okay. So just keep that in mind. Now I'm going to link this right here. And then I'm going to add the, instead of doing Lantern Care, let's actually look for this manually. Lantern Care website. So I believe Lantern Care. Direct healthcare. Is it this one? $20 ppm savings. 1,500 location. They have a shit ton of money. Okay, now that I have this, I need to find this URL. And the way I'm going to do it is let's look for LinkedIn. Website. Hmm. Website CEO. Actually, what I'm going to do is I will try to find the decision maker. Now, if I look for this guy right here, this guy, just to be more accurate. Okay, awesome. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, awesome. So I found the way. So I'm just going to add the decision maker just to make sure I get the right domain name, right? So I'm just going to go back and I'm going to put company name, which is going to be company name plus the decision maker that we have. And what I'm going to tell Claude is extract the domain name and the text. The domain name should match company name, which is company name, and domain name is going to be domain name. Awesome. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on run once, and there's something here. Oh yeah, we need the spreadsheet ID. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my sheets and I'm going to copy the spreadsheet ID just because we don't have access to it, guys, since we don't have the Google Drive where we unlinked that. Paste that in here, remove this, and sheet name is going to be this one, sheet name. Copy, and I'm going to paste that in here and click OK. I'm going to run once. We found the CEO. We went through this route, and let's see. So we have the guy, and then we have the website. Awesome. So now that we have this, we need an email finder module who's going to find the email. And I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to add in the domain, which is the domain, and then the CEO name. Okay. Awesome. Save this. And now that I have this, I need to find the email. So I'm pretty sure I need a new email finder account. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign up to Instantly and give them my money, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, guys, so now that I paid for the Emails Finder CEO's dinner, now we can go back and finish our system, right? Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go to API. And then the way you're going to get your API key is going to go to Enable API. I'm going to copy this little bad boy, and then I'm going to remove my Wise card so you guys don't run me a big critical bill. And I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to click on Add. And I'm going to click on, I'm just going to name this CTO build. Click Save. And I believe, yeah, that's pretty much it. Click OK. And then I'm going to have to click on CTO build. The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to have to refresh first. And then CTP. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on run once, and let's see if we're going to find the email. I don't know. Maybe an email finder is going to find it, maybe not. So let's see. We have the domain name, we have everything, results. So it looks like we couldn't find the email for some reason. Let me see. Should we need, do we need to add HTTP? Maybe. Let's check this. I'm going to go to an email finder and I'm going to look for search company.com and this guy right here. This person. Look, I'm going to click on search. Oh, so we found them. Which is weird. Why we couldn't find them and using make? Oh yeah. I'm gonna click on all use all found emails. I think now we're gonna find them. Yeah, okay. So pretty good. So now that we have the email, what are we gonna do with this? So we are 90% into the system. So the only thing that we need to do now is basically generate a personalization and reach out to them. So okay, now that I have this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to OpenAI. I'm gonna click on create a completion. Add this right here, and then what I'm gonna do basically is I'm gonna write a copy. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a personalized one-liner, and then I'm gonna have an optimized copy, right? So this is the plan. Now I already have a prompt ready that I wrote last night, when I got the onboarding instructions. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys a prompt. So this is the one. So LinkedIn job scraper. So AI personalization. So assuming they don't have a CTO or CEO. So craft a personalized two-line icebreaker for a high-achieving CEO of a growing B2B business. So these are one of the prompts that I've used before, and I've managed to craft it and basically tailor it into this exact offer that we're going for. So this is the AI personalization that I teach in my community, right? So the way you're gonna do it, guys, is instead of just generating a generic one-liner, you have your offer, you have your target audience, and you try to match pattern that with the icebreaker or the one-liner, whatever you want to call. And it's gonna have multiple aspects, such as asking questions, adding a value instead of saying, "Hey, I saw that you went to this university. That's crazy. Me too." Right? Like nobody cares about this. You have to add a value, right? So this is how we speak to these models. So now that I have this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for user, and I'm gonna feed in the data. So I'm gonna write some JSON. So full name is going to be this guy right here, and actually I need just the first name. So split. I'm gonna split this based off a space. Let me remove this space. Now I'm just using a formula where I can retrieve the first name. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the first name, which is 1. Okay? So what do I have here in terms of data that I can manipulate? CEO. Actually, what do we need? Oh, actually, we need something else. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we need the website scrape data. We need to scrape their website so I can retrieve additional personalization, right? So this is the plan. Yeah. Yeah, instead of doing this. So I'm going to add in an extra module right here. So keep in mind, guys, this is one of the most powerful systems that this is going to be. Like it's going to be very, very personalized. Add this right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make a request to domain name. It's going to be HTTP. And I'm going to click OK, retrieve this data. And then I'm going to add GPT. And now here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to add websites, scraped data. And what I'm going to add is the data right here. And that's pretty much it, I think. Okay. Awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on run once and let's see what we're going to have. Okay, so we found the email. Let's read through this. Hey, John. Congrats on Lantern's remarkable impact on expanding access to quality care across the nation. How are you addressing tech scalability to maintain this growth? And have you considered fractional CTO services to enhance your tech ROI? Okay, this looks amazing, guys. So I've done a good job. Good job, Saad. What I'm gonna do now is I have this. I need to replicate the same thing in this flow. So before I do that, we need to make sure we have a filter, guys, here. So only if the email actually exists. So result email exists. So yeah, okay. Now that I have this, I'm gonna copy, paste this right here. Again, if email exists. And then let's just auto align this. Domain name is going to be, we already have the domain name, so it's going to be right here. It's just 6, right? I believe. Let's see. Company info URL, I believe. Is it? Info URL, yeah. So info URL. So it's G. So it was G all the way. We're gonna add data, and then I'm gonna just copy the same thing, I guess. It's already copied. Yeah, it's already copied. Now I'm just gonna, okay, so this is awesome. Now that I have this, I'm just gonna click on save, and it's either two flows. It's either I'm gonna update the row in Google Sheets, or I can add this automatically. Now I want to add this automatically for this fella right here, just because I want to remove all the friction, and it's definitely worth the $5,000 that I got paid for this sales system. So add lead to a campaign. I'm gonna add this right here, and then I'm gonna copy, paste, auto align this, and I'm gonna go to my instantly just to validate this. Okay, so I have this. I'm gonna go to campaign. I'm gonna look for, I'm gonna name this CTO campaign. Now that I have this, what I'm gonna do, oh, I already have a CTO campaign. Let me see. Do I have it? I have nothing. Okay, awesome. Now that I have this, I'm gonna add this to my campaign. All of this, the lead, their email, their personalization, and everything. And then I'm gonna add this. So campaign ID is going to be CTO campaign. Lead email is going to be the email. First name. Okay. Let's do let's perform our function, which is going to be our split based off a space. Oh, I've never seen this. And then we're gonna get the first one, and then again we're gonna get the second thing. Company name is going to be our company name, which is this company name. Personalization is going to be the results. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's add the website actually. Let's actually add the website, which is website URL. And before we do that, I want to double check something, just because if you don't add HTTP, it's going to give us an error and instantly. So let's see if we have that. Okay, so we have that. Awesome. So we don't need to add anything. Click OK. And yeah. So again here, we forgot to do this. So we're going to remove HTTP since we already have it. Click OK. And I'm going to save this. And then let's just go ahead and run this. So it's going to go for this flow, do everything, and we're going to add this to instantly. We have an error. Authentication failed. Oh, yeah. I think, that's weird. Let me update my connection. Instantly CTO. And I'm going to go back to settings. And what I'm going to do, oh, I just saw this advanced deliverability. That's awesome. This is new. Might have to make a video on that. I'm going to copy my API key. And then I'm going to paste that in here. And then let's just go ahead and do this from the beginning. So campaign ID is going to be CTO. Lead email is going to be lead email. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy everything right here. And again, paste that in here. Company name is going to be company. Personalization is going to be personalization. And website. Now we need to add HTTP. Okay, let's click OK. And I believe it's gonna work. Hopefully. Okay, so everything is added. Sweet. If I go back to my campaign, it's going to be CTO campaign. Go back to leads. We have added the guy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in personalization. Preview. Hey John, congrats on Lantern impact on connecting 6 million members with quality specialty care. A testament to your strong leadership and healthcare innovation. How do you see fractional CTO or CEO services enhancing your tech strategy to further optimize these impressive outcomes and scale efficiently? So this is what I mean by a really thoughtful personalization, guys. Okay, now what do I want to do? The next thing is I want to test when there's no website URL. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for this one right here, and let's remove the limits, and let's see how many limits do we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. Okay. Now that I have this, now that we validated the email, like let's actually run this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna run this at the entire limits. So I'm gonna click on run once, and let's see. So the first one is going to be added, obviously. Okay, so we added the first one, which is Hi John, Lantern Care. The second one, let's see. Okay, so we found the second one, which is awesome. Hey David, so upper line health. So as you guys can see, the flow is going to run only if the poster name is found or it's not. Okay, so the second one has been added and looks like the system is working. Awesome. So we validated that this system is working. If I go back to my sequences and I will add personalization, I'll have everything right here. And I'll have all my leads added right here. Awesome. So now that I have this, so all of these are actually crazy. So this guy is actually like, imagine a deal with Google. These are all like big companies. Damn, man. Let's read through this. Let's go back actually and read through this here. Okay, so hey Patrick, congrats on your impressive growth trajectory in the healthcare SaaS space. How are you navigating the challenges of scaling your tech infrastructure? And have you considered how a fractional CTO service might boost your digital transformation strategy? Awesome. So now that we have this, okay, now that we validated that the system is working, now we're going to have to add in this right here. And then instead, the spreadsheet ID is going to be the file ID, like we talked about it earlier. And the name is going to be name. Click OK. And then I'm going to auto-align this. I'm going to save this. And I'm just going to name this growth system. Build for companies for a CTO. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this blueprint for you guys. Blueprints, CTOs, and it's going to be free in the description. So I believe this is what I need to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we just built the system in like what? Probably an hour. So I hope you found value in this video. This was an entire system build of a high-ticket growth system. As you guys can see, it's not rocket science. If I can do it in like 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you can do it in less. Just follow along and make sure you basically just understand how these sort of modules work and how you can leverage AI and the real juice of automation So basically print money in 2025. So I hope you found value in this video. Like I said, feel free to leave me comments down below. I read all of them and I'll reply to them individually, just because I love you guys' comments. They're like a warm hug in a winter day. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.